Hey everybody, thought I'd do another after action report for a Dark Eldar list. And here we are. That's included. The Pleasure Palace. And so we'll get in close here and get kind of a download of each of the unit types. So basically what we got here is just two troops of warriors, and they're just 10-man squads with one upgrade, but the upgrade's using just a rifle, no pistol or any close combat weapon other than what they come with. And the raider will have Night Shield and Splinter Rack. Same for here. The gun is just a disintegrator cannon. And then for heavies we have Ravagers. 3 Ravagers, all kitted out the same. Dark Lance, Night Shield, Dark Lance, Night Shield, Dark Lance, and Night Shield. We also had a Stronghold in the list, which is the Bastille, and I had an Icarus las cannon. I got a custom built one here for the Stronghold. It's just a some Eldar bits put together to make the gun. I'll have a better stand for it eventually. So, and then of course this is my Stronghold here that I custom built, so it doesn't look Imperial. And I mean, it's not custom built, there's a kit that I bought at Michael's for this. And we had from the Haemonculus Coven, we have one of the formations there. And then we have another formation from the Haemonculus Coven, which is 2 Grotesques and 1 Haemonculus. And this, of course, is 1 Talos and 1 Kronos with a Haemonculus. And then, in case you're wondering, that yeah, this is old school Talos here, and this is my scratch built Kronos paint engine before any kits were available for it. And you've probably seen this in a few videos if you've been watching for a while. So yeah, and then for the Grotesques and the Haemonculus, they both had their dedicated transports. And then I had so I had basically, the detachment was 1 Archon and 2 troops with the 3 heavies, and then the 2 formations was the Grotesquerie and whatever this one is, I can't remember. Had just basic gear on here with the exception of the Webway portal, and then on this one I had a hex rifle and some of the other arcane war gear that you had to choose if you chose to use anything from the Coven. The arcane war gear really didn't come into play. I was playing Imperial Guard, and I didn't really get into combat until towards turn 4, I think. And the Haemonculus got shot up during the assault. So basically, what were some things that worked out nice about the list? Using the Coven parts, of course, then you have to use a different Feel No Pain, and having Fearless come turn 2 is probably by far better than having Feel No Pain come turn 2. I mean, you kind of would like to have models stay on the table, but if you lose 5 guys and you're Fearless, it doesn't matter whether if you have Feel No Pain or not. So Feel No Pain can make the unit more enduring, but I'd rather just take my losses and keep going. At least as far as I felt that was more effective. Especially with you know, I had 1 or 2 vehicles pop, and I didn't have to worry about making ping tests or anything like that. So the different chart for using the Coven was actually pretty interesting. The one disappointment though was the Stronghold. Didn't know that with the change of 7th edition that the Icarus Las Cannon is going to be snapfire only on ground targets because it adds Skyfire, and it's not like a missile launcher or a jet where you can choose to Skyfire based on using what missile or just choosing. Here it's always a Skyfire, so I was making snapshots on ground targets. Granted, I was still able to shoot at targets that were 96 inches away. Just needed 6s to hit them. And then the last addition to that list I have, of course, is the Archon, and just 5 normal warriors. I had them inside the building, and I was using the Archon to shoot the cannon. Combat wise, I had one unit move off to a side to kind of just bug some vehicles. The vehicle itself that they were in became immobilized. They jumped out, ran towards the vehicle and smashed it, and then a bunch of deep striking models pinged away at them, but they did get locked in combat at turn 5 with some of the Imperial Guard deep striking units that they have now. This hid behind a building for 2 turns, and then the 3rd turn moved out, shot something. No, I didn't shoot, and because I flatted out to get out in range, and then in turn 4 the vehicle got blown up, and then I lost 2 of the grotesques during shooting, and then I lost the Haemonculus during Overwatch when I assaulted during my turn, as I mentioned before. This I deployed pretty far away from everything else that was on the table. Took out 2 units, 1 vehicle and 1 squadron, and then after that then they were so far away that they really couldn't move anywhere to catch up, so they were just kind of sitting pretty for the rest of the game. But to having the deep strike was kind of nice, and I should, as my opponent said, I should have probably deep strike this right in the middle of all of his vehicles, forcing him to take care of that menace than trying to worry about the Ravagers. But he did work on the Ravagers and forced quite a bit of jinking. Normally I don't jink. The last few games with the Ravagers I haven't been jinking. I've just been using the Night Shield saves because usually during a shooting phase I will flat out a vehicle in front to provide line of sight cover, and then so with having cover and Night Shields you'll have a 3-up save. So normally I do that and then don't have the jink, but since I had very few models for an 1850 list, I did quite a bit of jinking with the Ravagers. Luckily, being that you get 3 shots per vehicle if you have Dark Lances, the higher chances of rolling a 6s are there. They did pop, I think, 3 vehicles, and then the 1 vehicle that has the minigun on it, the Tech Priest did a very good job at repairing damages done to it. So I think that lasted throughout the whole game. We were also doing Maelstroms of War, and I left this pretty much on the objective that it was closest to, and that was kind of a semi-deterrent afterwards, because it just the monstrous creatures themselves are pretty enduring, especially with the feel no pain bonuses too. And I did a assault with the Archon and the Warriors, so because they have the when you disembark from the Stronghold, you have the opportunity to do assault if you have troop units. So I think it's repel borders or something like that. I can't remember what the actual rule was, but I was able to go out and bonk a few heads of the Imperial Guard that had deep strike to claim an objective that was near the Stronghold. Overall, I thought the list was pretty interesting. I think I don't know if I would do the Stronghold again with the Icarus las cannon, just because I was disappointed in the fact that you did need snap shooting. I think I'd probably be better off just parking a Ravager on top of the building. So, but yeah, it was pretty good. I think I lost by 2 or 3 points at the end at turn 5, and I didn't roll because my opponent was planning on seeing the Super Bowl game, so I let it end early. Alright folks, well that's pretty much it for an 1850 list with a Stronghold on Dark Eldar. And I'm planning to do more additions to the Stronghold, and maybe we'll have some videos for that, just so it's more GW product attached to it, so that I can actually use it at some locations. Alright folks, thanks for watching.